Hello girls! Okay, this is another exercise that we are going to do with watercolors. This exercise is using layers to create different shades or different tones. So, I have here my palette. I'm going to create a light tone. This will be red. I'm gonna use a brush number 6 to create this tone. Remember to have a separate piece of paper to try the color. It's very important not to leave marks in your final activity. Here I have my other paper to try the color. I think it's a little bit light, so I'm going to touch the drop of watercolor again and try the color one more time. Let's see if it's enough. Yeah, I think this is the perfect color. Okay, so now that I have my color ready, I'm going to start with the template. In the template, it's very important that all the circles are one on top of the other. Then that way we are going to create, that's the way that we are going to create the effect. So I'm going to start. Also, I think it will be easier if you write numbers to the circles and in the order that you did them. So I'm gonna start with this one, number 1. It's very important that I don't take too much time covering the circle, otherwise the paint it's going to get dry and I'm going to have layers or marks inside of the circle. So I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can. Remember to always move the color, to move the pigment or the water in order to have an even circle. Okay? And that's it. I'm going to wait for this layer to get dry, for this circle to get dry. If I start immediately, I'm not going to have the effect of layers that we want. So I'm gonna let this dry for 1 minute or 2, and then I'm going to continue with the other one. Okay, so I just wait 1 or 2 minutes. I think it's better to be sure that this is completely dry. If you touch it and you don't feel it like cold, or you don't have marks in your finger, you are good to go. You are good to start the second circle. So this is my second circle. You have to pay attention to the orders of your circles, and you are going to start painting circle number 2. As I told you before, you have to be very fast. If not, you're going to leave marks in your circle. Remember also to respect always the limits of the circle. It's the same color. I didn't add more pigment or I didn't add more watercolor. It's the same that I used before. Okay. Okay. So I think that by now you already know what's the effect of this technique, what's the idea or the goal. So in the intersection of the 2 circles, we can see 2 different tones. And it's created with the same water, with the same tone that I have before, that I did before in my watercolor. Here, it's the second circle, okay, alone. This is the first one, and this is the intersection of the two circles. And as you can see, we have a dark color, and that's what we want. Every time we add a layer on top of the same color, we are going to create different tones. So again, we are going to wait that this gets completely dry again, 1 or 2 minutes, and we are going to continue with the other circles. You have to wait. It's super important that you wait between circles and circles. If you don't wait, then you are not gonna have the layers effect that we want. Okay, girls, so this is the result of our activity. The goal of this activity, or at the end, you have to be able to differentiate all the tones created by the different layers. So for example, in these areas have to be more dark than this, for example, or than this, and have only just one layer. You could also see the difference when you see these small pieces of circles that are alone or are not on top of the other. So that's the idea. If you are able to see the difference between the different layers, that means that you did a good job. See you.